An old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Wednesday.
I just said Happy Tuesday to somebody in the hall, and I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, I guess better to, go back, right?
Oh, wait.
Trick them out. Think it's the other way. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Let me see here. Got a bunch of emails to get to here today. Lots of stuff going on in the world as well. No, we didn't talk a ton about that bridge in Baltimore, but it's all over the news. And the other thing that has kind of come up in the news because of it, I didn't realize because I was, 7, wasn't in Florida, but they were talking about other big bridge collapses that have happened in America. In 1980, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in Tampa collapsed after it was hit by a freighter, much like what happened in Baltimore. Now, thankfully in Baltimore, I mean, it's sad that there's any loss of life, but they only had 6 people die on that, and thankfully they were able to stop traffic from going over, and they had a road crew that was fixing potholes, and it was actually 8 people. 2 of them did survive. They pulled them out of the water, and they have given up on the other 6.
Because Virginia reported yesterday it was going to be massive loss.
Well, no, I just read what they said, mass casualty event. That's what they said in the news.
And they got lucky. My gosh.
It could have been way worse.
Yeah, I guess it's, you have things like that in the news, and you're like, what qualifies as mass? Because I think mass shooting is if you have, I think it's 3 or more are shot, they qualify that as a mass shooting. Because you always hear about how many mass shootings we've had in America. Be like, I don't remember hearing that many on the news, but it's, 3 people were struck. It's something like that. I think it's what the threshold is.
Kind of the same thing with, you're not a serial killer until you get this amount of, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so if 6 people died, then they might throw the word mass.
Gotcha. It's a media term.
Yeah, to you, mass might mean 20. But I think to them, however they qualify mass, or they keep records, there are thresholds on stuff like that.
When you say a bridge and all that, and then there's mass, you automatically think, oh my gosh, hundreds of people.
Horrifying.
It's whatever your quote is for mass. Now, with the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in Tampa, 35 people died in that one.
That's a lot of people,
they
man.
Had cars on it and everything else. And the same thing, there was a collision. And it'll be interesting to see how this is handled. The 6 people that were on the bridge, I wonder what kind of representation they will have. It sounded like a lot of them were Mexican or Guatemalan, newer to the country. But that bridge itself did not have a safety precaution. A lot of bridges do now. They put, in a sense, a barrier where they have the big posts that hold the bridge up in case something like that happens. Because, hey, you go back to 1980. This isn't something that, if you build bridges, you're aware.
We know this can happen.
I mean, that's 44 years ago.
Right.
So for 44 years, we've known that a freighter could hit the supports on a bridge and bring it down.
Oh.
So they'll put little islands, they'll put obstructors, whatever, that if a freighter does, it would hit that and stop. And it wouldn't get to the actual supports and bring a bridge down. And the bridge in Baltimore did not have that. So is that something that you could go and sue the hell out of whoever it be, Department of Transportation or whoever is responsible for safety precautions on that bridge? That's the first thing I thought about that. I'm like, you might be looking at a mass lawsuit.
Well, if they don't have lawyers, they do now.
Yeah.
Well, that's just stuff you don't even think about. You drive over a bridge. You're like, all right, I'll go over the bridge. I'm in a building. The building's not going to collapse. Kind of like that Surfside down here in South Florida when the building just all of a sudden fell down. You never expect structures to go down like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they can.
Right, absolutely. It's just crazy, and how it went down was insane. It almost looked like it was a detonation. And of course, people were like, "Hey, I need a new conspiracy theory." They were like, "Oh, it's a terrorist attack," and then of course they're like, "No, they have to say that now." They had to, as they made the announcement, be like, there's not a terrorist attack. I mean,
I get why
freighter hit it.
I get why people would think that, though.
Yeah, it was how neatly in the way that it came down. It did. It just looked like dominoes. It did look like a detonation of, if you're going to bring it down, that's how it would come down.
Because I just watched something on YouTube where it showed I think 9 different TV networks or TV that was live during 9/11 and how they all reacted to it in real time, and they had everything on screen, and it was crazy. People didn't really think it was a terrorist attack in the beginning.
They thought it was they told us it was a prop plane.
Yeah, but
that was the first thing.
But fast forward now you hear something crashing into something.
Yep.
You go, terrorist attack.
Yep.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting, because you got sadly 6 individuals that have lost their lives. All of them had families, and they need to have some kind of recompense, and probably a good amount. So it'll be interesting to see where that story goes. So many stories. The Diddy one is the one that is just so dang layered. There's so many details for it. I just think this guy has been living like a gangster for 30 years, and he just made one too many enemies, and now people are just, it's like people can't wait to roll over on Diddy.
Who'd have thought? Bad boys for life. He was telling the truth.
It wasn't a
I've
game.
been a very bad boy.
Daniel said you guys should look into the Orlando Brown video talking about Diddy and Usher's talking a lot of stuff. And the video dropped when the Diddy accusations just started to get heat. Yeah, thanks for that, because you guys gave us some pointers, and I had some of those on today's show. I was doing Diddy deep dives yesterday, and everything from the old Death Row Record bodyguard that was talking his gang of stuff, saying, yeah, there were videos, there was stuff. He predicted 3 months ago that Diddy was going to be doing some house cleaning. So if he said that 3 months ago, was Diddy doing house cleaning all this time, and what did they really get in those raids?
Hopefully he kept treasures in safes. They say a lot of times that's what these people do. That's how they got R. Kelly. He kept tapes. Even when there were accusations, he kept them like trophies.
Well, here's the thing. If Diddy recorded anything that's got a digital footprint on it, he is figgity fucked.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they get. And the other thing, just a little sideline detail I didn't know, which I think is, hey, the raid looked crazy, but the place that they hit on Star Island, I guess he's got 2 places on Star Island. So they hit the one, and it sounds like that might have been kind of like just his party palace. Had 15-foot gates. Did you hear how they rolled through that? They had a tank, and they fucking rolled right through that door.
Wow.
They blew, it was, at a time you wouldn't expect. Bam. It's just like nothing, like there's no knock, knock. Hey, can we come in and take a look around? No. Boom.
We're
right
coming
through
in.
the gates, man.
Wow.
Just like, and the gates, they showed the gates are like on the hinges. They're destroyed. They were not playing. So they went after it.
There's so many people too you want to hear from, and you want to that was in the inner circle.
Yeah.
When you're in an inner circle for a long time, you're going to see some shit. It's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what did Lil' Kim see anything?
Well, you were talking about a couple interesting ones. You're talking about Aubrey O'Day, who's now she's released a statement, and then you got Jennifer Lopez. She was attached to Diddy for a while. What did she see, or what does she know?
I think you're going to find some shit out about J-Lo. I know it feels like I'm picking on J-Lo this week. That documentary really rubbed me the wrong way.
That documentary made you angry.
It did.
He's out for blood.
I hate watching that thing.
Well, just how many people have got stories over 30 years? Just one article I was reading in the Miami Herald was talking about how Diddy would go into the booby trap there on the Miami River, and they would just basically clean the place out, and they would just head to. So it sounds like Diddy's got 2 places on Star Island. Maybe one place is like, okay, when I want to chill, I go here. But when I want to clear out the booby trap and have everybody over and record sexcapades, we're going to the other one.
Huh.
It almost sounds like that might have been the case as I'm trying to get clarity and understanding of this story.
I wonder where he would keep the evidence.
It sounded like they hit the sex mansion. And they said that there was a realtor car there, like he might be selling that. Now, keep in mind, this is a guy that he just had to sell his parts in Revolt TV, so he's out of that. I was reading about how everything went south on his liquor deals that he had. Was it Ciroc and all that? I don't think he has any part in that. Oh. He's getting no money from that. So they were just talking. In fact, that might be something to do a deeper dive on tomorrow. I wasn't fully aware of his financial empire, everything he had built up. It sounds like a majority of it is gone now.
Wow.
So the story or the rumor is that J-Lo helped Diddy bring in a gun to the club, that supposedly he pulled the trigger and then someone else took a fall for it that he paid off. And the person went to jail for it and everything.
Where's that person?
I don't know. I think they might be still serving the sentence.
Their family might be on the payroll.
If this is proven to be true and J-Lo did help and she had a gun and all this shit, does she take a massive hit to her image and brand? Or are people just going to, that's just Jenny from the block?
It depends on, sneaking a gun in. First of all, how'd she sneak it in?
Well, I can show you. No one's usually patting you down on your vagina as you go into a club. You could totally put it like down there by your panties.
So you're going on record saying this is probably a pussy pistol kind of a technique.
Hey,
pussy pistol.
If I were a prosecutor and I wanted to make a name, and let's just say that this all happened, she sneaks a gun into the club, somebody gets shot with it. Let's say somebody dies from that gunshot. You're an accessory to murder at that point. So
no one died from it. So I think that's going to be... that's not going to be on her hands.
You can still get accessory to a crime. You don't have to have just death. So,
gosh,
because you are knowingly, or at least you have a reasonable expectation that the gun is going to be used in a way that it shouldn't. I mean, first of all, if you're smuggling it in, you know that it's not something you should have in there.
Just the fact that you smuggled a gun in the club and then somebody shot that gun
You're going to have to
off.
have proof. You're going to have to have all these things. J-Lo ain't going to come forward with all that.
Yeah, I don't think
she's going to. I
don't think you're going to get her for a crime. I'm saying public image. She's not going to get taken down for a crime unless there's some other incident that we don't know about that they can connect her to. For this, I just if it's proven to be true, because if they ask her, "Hey J-Lo, did you sneak that? Did you have the pussy pistol?" No, I didn't have the pussy pistol.
Yeah,
but is she going to be honest about it? And if she was caught doing something like that, does she take a hit? Is my question. I don't know if she does.
I don't know either.
She's just trying to act very innocent and sweet with Ben Affleck right now.
Who knows? I'm fascinated to see where it could go. To see what happens, because it just sounds like there's just one story after another. One text said one of the accusations from Cassie was that he forced her to carry the gun. That was his thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he made others do that too. Well, they arrested his drug mule. I think that was not affiliated with the raid, which I thought was interesting too. It's not like he got caught up in the raid. So it sounds like, man, they are putting a full court press on getting to Diddy.
Because it sounds like they got something. They know something.
Yes.
I don't think you go through all that trouble.
The drug mule, as Virginia was saying earlier on the regular show, that's just something you keep around to carry your drugs for you. So if somebody gets arrested, you make it all look like it was him, and then you pay off his legal bills and all that kind of stuff.
That's what he did. That's what they're saying that happened with the club.
He bonds out immediately, and all of his legal troubles are paid in full.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows?
And then there's probably money after that, because, I mean, think about it.
And you ain't safe either, Mickey Mouse. I hear someone's going for trying to expose
the Disney kid.
I thought you had that story. That wasn't you.
No, I had that yesterday. I was talking about Nickelodeon. They were just saying that there are people that are okay. Look, everybody wants to go after everybody now, and so it's going to be interesting to see as they line up where people are going to try to, because there's so much money in all these scandals.
There is.
I mean, not only making the documentaries, but how much money you're going to make in court and the lawsuits and everything else.
They come up with the clever names for the documentary now.
Yeah, this is where we are now. We just love it. We're eating it all up. I'm eating it up.
You know, there's kids that were mistreated that were on Disney shows.
Sure.
In the 80s, they did not treat these kids right. In the 90s, they didn't treat these kids right.
I think if you just look back in entertainment in general, music, and especially the movies, you go back to Wizard of Oz, and they treated people like dirt, man.
Well, that's why now on a lot of the film sets, they have fail-safes. For instance, they have an intimacy coordinator during love scenes to make sure everybody feels comfortable and not threatened, and everything is done according to code so they can't get a lawsuit on them later.
I don't know. The term intimacy coordinator makes me feel uncomfortable.
Well, that person's just in charge of making sure, okay, are you comfortable with this? Are you okay? Can I do anything to make you more comfortable? So we talk about everything.
Yeah, I hate that term for it. It makes me feel like, I don't know. I don't like it. It's called sex watcher.
It's called the...
sex coach.
It's the coach of the poke. The poke coach.
Don't get no boner.
Earlier, Virginia was talking about a fancy debutante ball she's going to on Friday, and the great one, NHL's leading scorer Wayne Gretzky, is going to be there.
Yeah, it's a policeman's ball. It's a fundraising event.
I mean, someone would argue old Gretzky would be on Mount Rushmore of all-time athletes.
Well, that was the question I brought up a couple weeks ago when he was hanging out at Pig Beach Barbecue. And I was like, wow, because I wasn't even fully aware that he lived here. But yeah, now I got a lot of Gretzky sightings. I knew his daughter was in the county with her husband, the pro golfer. Dustin Johnson, but you got Serena Williams, you got Michael Jordan, you got Tiger Woods, you got Wayne Gretzky.
I mean, the best of the
freaking
best.
Nick Saban.
It really is the best of the best.
Nick Saban. I mean, gosh.
Nick Saban just bought on Jupiter Island.
It's freaking insane. If you wanted to say the most dominant sports figure, you couldn't even do a Mount Rushmore because we have 5. It's like, who do you kick off out of that whole thing? Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Serena Williams, Wayne Gretzky, Nick Saban.
Who's got more green jackets?
Rory McIlroy. No, who else lives here?
You can't bring that
Dustin
up.
Johnson.
You can't bring that up.
I can't bring that up. What, the green jacket thing?
No, the Rory and Dustin Johnson don't even come close. The 5 that I named are the ones, if you said you could only have 4 of the 5 that are on there.
I'm talking about icons that change the sport, basically.
The
Jordan,
big dogs.
Gretzky.
Honestly, you're probably talking about kicking off Tiger Woods, which is freaking insane. The easiest argument to make would be kicking Tiger Woods off of, if you can only have 4 slots and we got those 5 that I named, I think Tiger Woods goes.
Wow.
Right? Isn't that insane?
And he's got the most purchase power, I think, of any of them.
Yeah, because Jack Nicklaus has more majors than he does, and that's what my first argument is to get rid of Tiger Woods.
Green jacket, gold jacket, who gives a shit? It's from Happy Gilmore.
Mama Magic said easy Nick Saban. No, I mean, when you talk about what Nick Saban did in college football, there's nobody's won more national championships.
All right,
than
let's
him.
get out of the coaches. Let's stick with the players.
Oh, because he's a coach.
He's a coach.
He doesn't get to the same level. All right, that is a solid argument. It's Tiger Woods or Nick Saban.
I'm not saying he didn't do great things as a coach. Is he the best coach of all time in that sport? Of all time?
Yes.
Hands
He
down,
is.
it's not even debatable.
It's not even debatable.
I still don't like it.
I still want to debate it.
Yeah, you can't even debate it.
I don't like it.
Okay, all right, you're right, but I don't like it.
He wants to keep fighting.
There's no debate. John said, I met Wayne Gretzky last year.
Ooh, how'd it go?
Good. He's got a grandson that, and from the messages I got, is he's got a son that plays baseball and he plays hockey as well. And he's been at both. And he was a really nice guy. Marissa said, yep, saw him at hockey. He's very approachable and usually drunk, so I've heard. So,
Okay, my
there you go.
people.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks
This is awesome.
I always think if Wayne Gretzky was a skateboarder, he would be Tony Hawk. They remind me of each other. No? Is this thing on?
They do look a little alike.
They remind their whole
They could be
demeanor.
cousins.
Yeah.
Who would you rather be, Tony Hawk or Wayne Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky.
Tony, I want to be the Hawk, man.
Yeah?
I want to fucking pop an ollie so bad.
Yeah? Okay. I want everybody to call me the Great One.
You are the great one. I'll call you that starting now.
Who's got
Nobody
more?
believes it. I mean, I want a believable title like that I can own up to.
You're the great one, dog.
Yeah, no.
What great one number 2?
Who's got more money out of Gretzky and Hawk?
Gretzky.
That's a good. I don't know, man.
That's the one I want to be. Whoever's got more money.
Dude, Tony Hawk's got. They both got video game shit. They got. Don't snooze on the Hawk.
Okay. Don't snooze on the Hawk. $250 million for Wayne Gretzky.
Damn.
I'm gonna say I'm going all in. I'm gonna say the Hawk beats Gretzky.
Okay. And Tony Hawk, they're saying 140.
Fuck.
Wow.
I change it. Never.
You're having a great podcast.
You have no face.
I don't care, Kevin. It's still. I don't like it.
You lost your face in the real show.
Hey, Denny's just labeled this one Jaybird's wrong.
Can we make a song?
It was such confidence.
I got
Such dicky confidence.
I'm making a song.
You won't do
Doubling
it.
down.
I fucking dare you to make a song. I dare you. You will do it.
I'll make a song and I'll make it ragtime, bitch.
I wish you would. You ain't got the balls, baby.
All right, I'm going to put one Rocco on it.
Okay. Julia said, you know what? You should just try to contact Wayne's PR people. See if you can get them on the show.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So everyone can complain that we're talking sports.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Oh, my gosh.
We'd have to play a clip, and then we could put the interview for people to actually care.
We would have to let-
That's how you have to do everything these days.
Panda would have to come in here and do it, too, because Panda loves him.
Kevin's
Yeah.
right, though. You do a clip.
That's how you have to do it, yeah.
Because if not, that's how it
To highlight our interview we did, if you actually give a shit, you can go listen to Wayne Gretzky.
It's in the if you give a fuck section of our YouTube.
We should have a category. Lucy talking about the weight loss drugs. They are finding more and more things out. I had no idea until Virginia put it on my radar today that they had a number. I don't remember what the hell it was, but some kind of category of drugs. It would be the semaglutides, the Wegovy's,
Ozempic,
the Ozempics. But yeah, it has a technical
Mounjaro.
jargon name. But yeah, Lucy said if you're on any weight loss medication or plan, and you lose a large amount of weight, you do become more fertile, and you should look for other contraceptives because they believe that it's kind of jacking with your birth control pill. If you're on the pill and you think that's all you need, oh no, it sounds like these weight loss drugs are knocking out that. In fact, Lucy said, I work for a bariatric surgeon, and this was something we always made sure our patients were aware of. Oh, and KJ has, GLP-1 drugs.
Question without judgment. Do I have that?
Yes.
If a woman is more fertile, let's say you're at you're ready to take it on.
You're ovulating or whatever.
Does that correlate with you making you extremely horny, or does that not have anything to do with when you're ovulating at your highest? Are you at your sexual highest, or not really?
I think you are, actually. I think it's your body telling you, go get your fuck on so you can procreate because that's what you're put on this earth to do.
Okay, the fact that you say I think makes me, it's not that dumb of a question because that's not what's
It's not a dumb question.
Okay.
But just think about it. Like, you're an animal, bruh.
Yeah.
And I think your body wants you to recreate life. And so it makes you horny when you're most fertile.
So when you're just fertile, that's when you get the case of the hornies.
Unless you've been, stimulated by some sort of outside entertainment like porn.
According to my friend Dr. Wrong, she's saying that when you're at your most...
She's trying to catch up with you. You took off in a dead sprint.
Well, I have to throw a deflection now.
And so, now she's just got to catch
Dead
up with you.
sprint.
If you're wrong, you'll know about it. You'll have an email tomorrow. It said, Virginia's wrong. It's not
Whatever.
true.
I'm basing it on personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when when you're obviously when you're your most fertile because of your date, your menstrual calendar.
Yeah, if you're watching to see, like, okay, I'm really going to try to get pregnant, then when you're ovulating, all that, and you can gauge your level of friskiness.
Because sometimes a dude can have a bone piece, and you're horny, but you're not at your horniest you could be. There's different levels of it, so it is different.
Maybe you ovulate.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe we get that checked out as well. Yeah. What if your blood work comes back, you're pregnant?
Oh, man. Because you're not Italian and you're a woman. Wait, what?
What?
I can't have any more babies, but you can.
I would.
It'd be fun to have a new KVJ baby.
I would be the best pregnant woman for the first 3 months.
Okay.
And maybe month 4.
Okay.
And then I think it all start closing in.
Yeah. Nick wanted to know, why is Berg getting more blood work done? What were the initial results?
I'm not getting more blood work done. That's why I didn't want to even go on the air. I got my blood work done, and when I was checking, I immediately got my blood work done. I checked out, and I wasn't sure if the woman at the front desk said, make sure you come in the next trip without eating anything. And I think I just got my days mixed up of her telling me that. But Virginia asked me that on the air, and I knew it was very boring and not very good radio.
Yeah. But
Just
you
kind
kept
of
it
like
going.
this, kind of like this right now.
Yeah.
But you're not getting more
No.
blood work done, you don't think.
No.
You're going to get results today, and there's a possibility they do another draw, but you haven't been told that specifically.
I should have never even said that. You ever say some shit and you go, fuck, why did you do that, Bird? That would be today.
No, this is fascinating because I do want to know what's going on with your blood work. You need a driver?
I don't.
Sean said you told social media that your blood work came back clean.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting more results then?
Oh, I know who that is. That guy hates me. No, I just said that to shut him the fuck up. Every time I post something on social media about food, he's like, you're going to die of diabetes. You have good diabetes. So
And you just fired back. My blood work came back clean, asshole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
But you actually don't have the blood work yet, till today.
yeah.
All right.
I had done some tests on some stuff too with my heart and all that, but I didn't feel like going into that with Sean.
Guy's got a lot to ask.
Oh yeah.
got a lot to say.
Every time there's a food thing, because
Chirp, chirp.
Unlike Virginia, I do like to try to talk with the people in the comment section. You do a great job on Instagram. You really do.
I like Instagram because they're generally positive, but I'll block a bitch on Instagram too. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, but every time I put something food up, it's you're diabetes and you're gonna die, and kidney and whatever. Like, all right, when?
Yeah. When?
Take me now.
Yeah. Let me see here. Got Sean with a question. He said, Kevin, I heard you guys talking about your hair from Hair Club on the show. Curious why you chose the route you went versus getting a hair transplant. Your hair looks great. Just wondering why you made the choice you did, because I was going back and forth on what I wanted to do, and I ended up getting a hair transplant coming up on 7 months ago now, and he's got his before right there. That's why they got that marker on his head. They kind of draw that out there, and then there is the head of hair he got afterwards. That's pretty impressive.
Wow, that looks good.
That's great.
Yeah, typically
How many times?
7 months. Wow, that's impressive too to grow back that fast. Because I did do one. They said up to a year you're looking at before you really see the full benefits.
That's
of
not the
a
same.
transplant.
That's not the same Sean that called me out for dying of diabetes, is it?
Don't know.
Because I want to like this son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I thought you had to do several rounds of it too, and like wait a period of time in between each round.
That was it. Well, I don't know about the waiting period, but that's what happened with me. I got a hair transplant back in my 30s, and that's what I didn't know. I thought, okay, I get a hair transplant, I am good. And I was there for a while. We'd recorded. It was part of a deal that I'd done.
I remember watching that.
It took.
It was boring as fuck.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. It was terrible.
Because they were doing it strand by strand.
Yes. I was in that chair for like 10 to 12 straight hours.
Oh my gosh.
Not kidding you. Yeah, it was crazy.
Could you imagine doing that today?
Yeah, no.
No.
And now as it is now, I can see where some of the hair was from the transplant. It's not a lot. I'm like, so I spent that, and I still had to pay. And
Yeah.
I spent
Right.
that time, and that's all the hair I got. And what had happened was, thankfully, I was just kind of chilling one day talking to another guy, and he had hair transplants. And he's like, the sixth one just took. I'm like, what do you mean the sixth one? He's like, yeah, you'll keep losing, and you got to get another. I'm like, so I might have to get like 6 of these. He's like, yeah, some people, I've talked to somebody got 9.
Oh my gosh.
And you pay the full amount every single time. It's not like, you pay for a full head of hair. You pay for whatever they do. And I'm like, now that I look at that, I would probably be the 9 hair transplant guy. So what I've got right now with Hair Club, it's a cheaper process. So look, for you didn't have a ton of loss. It just depends upon where you think you might end up.
He was receding.
Yeah.
You had
I was headed for Dr. Phil lane.
thinning issues where
Yeah.
it was getting patchy.
Right, exactly. So I had to go that route, where I didn't know how many. And so, like I said, the cost and just, it's not fun doing a 10-hour procedure, even though the numb unit, it's more aggravating than it's painful.
They tell you got to do a 10-hour procedure 9 times.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
So what I'm doing, it's a little bit more affordable and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's a gazillion different treatments for it. I did, what I did, and like I said, they got the hair pod that's out there. If you do a search for it, you should be able to find it. But we got about like 8 episodes out now for the Hair Club that I hosted, and we talk about different people in different situations with their hair.
A hair pod also sounds like somewhere you sleep. Like
an egg.
Yeah, like an egg.
Gosh, that'd be amazing.
You're like an incubation period. It's cooking your hair.
They also have that thing that I've been doing. Now I'm waiting for the results because I've only done it twice, but it's the advanced PRP where they take your own plasma out of your blood and they, with little tiny needles, inject it into your cells on your scalp. And it's supposed to regrow hair. I've seen pictures before and after, and it has made considerable difference in some dudes that I've seen. But again, it takes forever. You're not going to get results like overnight. I'm on week 12, and I can kind of see a little regrowth, but it's nothing huge yet. But
Right.
it takes time. It takes 6 months at least of doing it.
Yeah, I had done everything you could do. And so it was the final stretch, and that's why I thought I was just done trying to do the hair stuff until I found out, the stuff that Hair Club has and that I do now.
Now you're big dicking, walking around here with that arrogance. Look at
Harrigan's,
that.
yeah. Mhm, yeah. And Nate said, yeah, didn't Kevin say his hair is now a monthly payment? Yeah, it is. It's like, it's just something you got to budget for like anything else. But
Some people buy cars, some people buy hair.
yeah,
You don't have a car, but you got hair.
that's right. It's one or the other.
Bitch be driving his mother-in-law's car.
He's got
Yeah.
the best hair, but he's got to walk to work.
Yeah. It's one or the other.
That hair looks good on your walk.
If only Hair Club could come up with drivable hair.
I don't know, man. Technology's getting crazy. You never know.
You never know. I just take the thing off my head and I drive it home.
You should get them to do an endorsement where they put a toupee on your car and pay your bills for your car.
Hair ride, okay.
Yeah. Be like a walking billboard.
Okay.
A lot of great ideas over here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Toupee car.
This is your team.
That's it, huh? That's the team. Let me see a couple other fun emails. Carmen Sita in the chat room said, on Friday I got our sweet Arabella ready for lunch, and I put this bib on her, not realizing what had written on it. Then my husband said to me, this bib reminds me of Virginia. The bib, if you can see her, it says, sweet baby.
Oh my gosh.
Open
How-
up, sweet baby.
Open up, sweet baby.
She is so adorable.
What
Yeah.
a cute baby.
Yeah, just like how she would say to pajarito, jaybird. It's the bird, yeah.
Kevin is so jealous of that baby's hair.
Yes.
Oh.
Great hair.
That's a great photo.
Yeah, it's her fourth baby, too.
Adorable.
Yeah, she is adorable.
Baby.
Absolutely.
Baby's laughing. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And Kelly said, recently I saw a group of people dressed up like Mrs. Roper, and I wonder if y'all had ever heard of it before.
Yes.
Helen Roper?
It's a first for me, and I wondered how it came about. Weird but funny. Who's next? Yeah, it's from a, 70s TV show.
It's like the Santa cons that they do where you go out and you have roaming groups of Santas. They have roaming groups of Mrs. Ropers.
I'm going to do a quiz. What was her husband's name?
Mr. Roper?
Come on. His first name?
Feely. No.
No, you're thinking of Mr. Furley.
Fred?
Mr. Furley.
Stanley.
Stanley.
Roper. And then go, if they were going to have drinks down the street, they'd be going
Regal
Regal
Beagle.
Beagle.
Gotcha on that. Gotcha on that one. Okay. I will thank you for sending in all the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. You can always get a hold of us back here tomorrow for a Thursday KVJ show. We'll see y'all then.